Recently, Ryan Seacrest provided a unique report on his father. Fans were recently informed by the Wheel of Fortune host that his father had been fighting cancer. Additionally, Seacrest's tweet was released at a significant event. On his radio show, Ryan Seacrest previously told his fans about his father. One well-known television personality is Seacrest. His most well-known role for many is that of host of American Idol, a reality competition show that he has hosted since 2002. Seacrest also replaced the long-serving Pat Sajak as host of the game show Wheel of Fortune in September 2024. The syndicated radio show On Air with Ryan Seacrest is another reason for Seacrest's notoriety. According to TV Insider, Ryan recently discussed a problem affecting his family on his radio show. He discussed his father, Gary Lee Seacrest, who was diagnosed with cancer on July 21st. When discussing Dennis Clark's own experience of prostate cancer remission, the subject came up. In 2021, Ryan told his fans that his father had been diagnosed with cancer. He posted the news on Instagram, stating that his father has been fighting cancer for a number of years. Gary had overcome his battle with cancer, and the cancer was no longer detectable, according to the article at the time. However, Ryan disclosed on his radio show that the disease got worse and spread. Although it was stated that Gary was fighting prostate cancer, it was also mentioned that Gary had to visit the intensive care unit, ICU, due to pneumonia that he contracted while receiving chemotherapy. When this happens to someone or someone you love very much, it's difficult to witness because the commonly suggested treatments can be savage to the system, Ryan said. In other ways, they can seriously harm your body. On social media, the Wheel of Fortune host recently posted a heartwarming update about his father. Ryan added that his sister informed him of the news as he was taping a live performance of American Idol. He revealed that after finishing the program, he hurried off to visit him in Atlanta. The conversation they were having with my dad about an emergency surgery on the night I got there was a life-or-death conversation. And I've never seen my strong, very smart father with the look on his face that he had, the American Idol host went on. And the worry, and turning to me to help direct the choices that need to be made right now. Gary didn't require surgery at the moment. After that, he came home with 24-hour care. In order to be near his father while he was in the intensive care unit, Ryan had to work on his radio program from Atlanta. Ryan also disclosed that his mother had survived cancer. Cancer affects all of us in some way, he continued, and it's awful. Additionally, the therapies are terrible. They're difficult. However, I am confident that he will overcome this. Ryan was able to provide supporters with a more positive update on social media, though. He posted the following on his personal Instagram account. Happy birthday, Dad. I'm glad you're having a fried egg sandwich with mustard for breakfast on your birthday this year. Many more to come. I adore you. This was accompanied by a picture of Ryan and his mom having breakfast. Photos of Ryan with his father over the years were also featured in the carousel post. Have you viewed the most recent post from Ryan Seacrest? Have you been keeping up with this tale? For the most recent information about celebrities and reality TV, be sure to return to TV Shows Ace. The bright lights of Hollywood and the polished perfection of television screens often mask the very real struggles happening behind the scenes. For Ryan Seacrest, the newly crowned host of Wheel of Fortune, life has been a whirlwind of cameras, crowds, and constant expectations. Yet, in a heartfelt moment that caught fans by surprise, Seacrest shifted the focus away from celebrity glamour to something deeply personal, his father's ongoing battle with cancer. It wasn't during a press conference or an orchestrated PR moment. Instead, the revelation came through a quiet, almost tender update Ryan shared with fans online. He opened his heart in a way few had ever seen before, talking about his dad, Gary Seacrest, and the progress in his fight against cancer. A son behind the spotlight, Ryan has always been known as the man with boundless energy, capable of juggling radio shows, red carpet hosting, American Idol, and now stepping into the legendary shoes of Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune. But beneath the surface of his unshakable professionalism lies something far more vulnerable, his deep devotion to family. My dad has always been my hero, Ryan admitted in the post. He's the one who taught me to shake someone's hand firmly, look them in the eye, and always follow through with your word. Seeing him fight cancer has been one of the hardest things for me to watch, but also one of the most inspiring. He's tougher than I'll ever be." Fans flooded the comments with love, offering prayers, encouragement, and stories of their own family battles with cancer. Some shared how they remembered Ryan mentioning his father years ago on his radio show, while others simply wanted him to know he wasn't alone. A turning point in the battle. The update carried hope. After months of uncertainty, Ryan revealed that his dad's latest scans showed encouraging results. The treatment plan, though grueling, appeared to be working. "We got some good news," Ryan continued. "For the first time in a long while, the doctors are optimistic. My dad still has a road ahead of him, but we're celebrating the little victories." The word optimistic became a light for his fans and his family alike. It was a reminder that healing isn't just about statistics or medical charts. It's about the spirit of the patient and the love that surrounds them. Ryan described how his family had gathered around the kitchen table to hear the results, just as they had years earlier when watching him first break into television. "It's strange," he wrote, "how life comes full circle. The same kitchen, the same table, but this time it's not me with the big news, it's my dad." Wheel of Fortune meets real life. As the new host of Wheel of Fortune, Ryan has been living a dream most could only imagine. Yet, he admitted that the pressure of taking over such an iconic role has felt different against the backdrop of his father's illness. "There are nights when I walk off the stage, and the applause is still ringing in my ears, but my mind is with my dad," Ryan confessed. "I think about him watching at home, about whether he's comfortable, whether he's in pain, whether he knows how proud I am to be his son." What struck fans most was Ryan's honesty. For years, he's been the polished face of television, rarely breaking stride, rarely letting the world see the cracks in his armor. But now, standing at the intersection of fame and family crisis, Ryan has allowed a new side of himself to shine through, a son who simply loves his father. Fans rally in support. The update didn't just touch those closest to Ryan, it created a wave of empathy across social media. Fans began sharing their own experiences with parents and loved ones battling cancer. Some said they tuned in to Wheel of Fortune not just to enjoy the puzzles, but to silently cheer Ryan on in his personal journey. A viewer from Ohio wrote, "Ryan, my dad battled cancer for 10 years. I know how helpless it feels, but you're giving him strength just by being there. Keep being his anchor." Another comment read, "Your dad must be so proud to see you carry yourself with such grace on national television while carrying such a heavy burden at home." The outpouring reminded Ryan that he wasn't just a television host, he was part of a much larger community of families facing similar struggles. Lessons from his father. In his update, Ryan shared something his dad had told him during a particularly tough round of treatment. "No matter how bad the day is, wake up and put on your shoes. That's the first victory." It's a phrase Ryan says he's carried with him into every live broadcast and every nerve-wracking moment on stage. "Sometimes before I step onto the set, I whisper it to myself. Just put on your shoes." It's become more than advice, it's a way of living. The simplicity of that mantra resonated with fans, many of whom began repeating it in their own posts and daily lives. It became a rallying cry not just for the Seacrest family, but for anyone needing a reminder that small victories matter. Looking toward tomorrow. Though the battle is far from over, Ryan's message carried hope. He acknowledged that cancer is unpredictable and that there are no guarantees, but he also emphasized the importance of celebrating progress. "My dad has shown me that strength isn't about pretending everything is okay," Ryan wrote. "It's about facing the truth, holding on to faith, and finding joy even in the smallest things, like a quiet dinner together or hearing the word optimistic from a doctor's mouth." In closing, Ryan encouraged fans to check in on their own families, to have those conversations they might be putting off, and to never underestimate the power of love and healing. "Being on Wheel of Fortune has been an honor," he concluded, "but being my dad's son, that's the real prize." A story beyond the spotlight. For years, audiences have known Ryan Seacrest as the man who could effortlessly glide from red carpets to radio booths to television studios. But now they are beginning to know him as something more. A son standing by his father, a man learning to balance public success with private heartache, and a reminder that behind every polished smile lies a human story. As fans continue to watch him spin the iconic wheel night after night, they do so with a deeper understanding of the man at the center of the stage. Ryan's update wasn't just about his father's cancer. It was about the enduring bond between parent and child, about the hope that flickers even in the darkest of nights, and about the power of vulnerability to bring people closer together. And in that, Ryan Seacrest has shown us all that sometimes the most powerful victories aren't won under bright studio lights, but in quiet, unseen moments around a family table.